This is RDView in the studio, and we are in Mount Somers to check out Peter King Live Cat Records. There's a rubber duck.
Yeah, the mad stuff that used to happen in here was crazy, you know. And you put the stereo on and paper and sparkle, and that was in the days before the earthquake. I never repainted it because I wasn't sure whether we were going to get any more. You know, because Christchurch was getting extra tremors. And I thought, oh, what if she comes through again?
Had a bar.
Had a bar. Yeah, I'll show you. And I had an accident, that's why I'm smashed up.
Yeah?
I'm in a lot of pain, but I just keep going, you know.
You're pretty out of the way here. How long have you been in Mount Somers?
14 years.
Yeah? Why are you here?
Okay, so when I was in Geraldine, busted up with my young lady, she took off. Anyway, I took off from there and went to Ashburton. And then my mum had enough of all the nonsense down there, so I had to find a wee bit of land. So I thought, right, let's take all the gear into a place where there's not much going on. Because I didn't want to go into like a high security building in Christchurch, because you'd have to shut doors and, you know, it'd be kind of a bit weird. So I thought, oh, we'll go into the country. So we'll come out into this like weird little town and started setting everything up. Yeah, girls don't seem to want to live here. They just come and go. But I mean, as far as making records is concerned, it's quite good.
I don't know, is there a record community in Mount Somers? The rest of the people live here, get involved at all?
Do you mean in the music thing?
Yeah, I
Absolutely
think
not.
Mount Somers music scene, does it exist?
No. There's no music scene here, only sheep and cows. Lots of cows.
How many bands have you made records for?
Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands. Apparently, when we worked it out one time on paper, I've made about 7.1 million records.
Whoa.
And how many years is that?
Over a period of about 30-something years.
Just a few
I work
million.
7 days a week, 14 to 18 hours every day. And that's been going on for that period of time. Never stopped.
How do you cut all the custom shapes? Like, is that with
So a template goes down on the sheet. It's a round template. Bang, it goes down, and you just use a felt pen, mark them all out. Don't take long, just straight down the sheet. And then you use a thing called a German skill shear and cuts them to a very, very rough shape. Then a hole's drilled straight through the wee dot in the centre. Bang, goes through your drill.
How did you used to do them with like the
shapes.
the shapes? The
Oh, yeah, we'd draw it out and then cut them out by hand. Oh,
jigsaw?
dear. The polycarbonate sheeting will break very, very well with a craft knife. So a steel template goes down. So it's a triangle record. Steel plate goes down. Felt pen does the wee dot in the middle for your hole, drilling the hole. The craft knife goes straight round, and you just crack it out like that. Just cracks under pressure. So that's how you get your beautiful shape. But something nasty like a bloody, I shouldn't swear, sorry. You know, the saw blade ones, they're nasty though, because they have to be cut out with skill shears, not skill shears, sorry, like heavy duty scissors sort of thing. It's horrible. Yeah.
So how many different places have you sent your records?
There's still only 2 left to go.
Yeah?
Yeah. Papua New Guinea. And what's the other one? Fiji. Every other place in the world has got some of our records there. Yeah.
Antarctica?
Oh, I didn't think of the Antarctica. No, there's 3. So I'm a liar. 3, yeah.
So have you been fairly independent with this since you started, or how many different people have been involved?
Oh, huge amount. Okay, so in the US, one of the guys that helps me is in Arizona. He was in Washington DC and he ran a part of the plant for a long, long time. And Greg ran the Chinese and Japanese area for me for a long, long time. And he's just got married, so on his honeymoon or something. And Mike's the same. He's just what's he gonna done? Something beggared up with one of his houses over there or something. But anyway, so he's going to get back to me shortly. And he's just visited here, so he's going all right. In Wellington, we have a guy that runs the website called Peter King LatheCutRecords.co.nz. I think that's how you say it, all in one word or something. But he does the artwork and like the label printing for me, because I find it hard to do that now. So he does the artwork and makes the covers, supplies bits and pieces for the bands, and does a bit of downloading, because everything's sort of changing, you know. A lot of the bands and small record companies will send CDs and hear directly from their studios, but then a lot of it is sent in also from downloading, and so Anthony's taking care of that. The computer here in the plant, a young fella, he comes in here every night and runs the computer here for doing all the stuff like emails and all that kind of nonsense, and helps me a little bit if something's gone wrong somewhere with the computer, you know. So we've got a dodgy CD that's been downloaded to the wrong level, at least he can take that CD back up to the right level and all that kind of nonsense, and he does that stuff and then beggars off. And then my brother runs the other part of it, and he's controlling the on his computer, he's controlling the what do they call that part, Facebooks and all those things.
Like
Not that I
social
know
media,
anything. I don't know anything about computers, so I just let them all do it. And they get their little fun times out of it too, you know.
Why do you think people were so interested in it?
I was thinking about this before you came down, actually, to tell you this, that the bands can't afford to put $700 up for a mastering plate and $4,000 or $7,000 to make a great big load of records this high, because half of them end up under their bed. They can't do anything with them. They can only sell a certain amount, and so small runs seem to be like the way to go. Let's look at it this way. Superstars. Let's look at Katy Perry, Snoop Dogg, and blah blah blah, and all these other ones.
Yep.
You know, they start with a mastering plate. It goes to Rainbow Records, and of course they'll start up doing, you know, 250,000 records. You know, that's their normal startup. But our bands in New Zealand wouldn't want 250,000 records. So you've got the artist that just wants a small rundown. Then you've got the superstars, but they want half this room full of records, you know. And so that's where the split and division comes in here, and I think that's why I like push for being an old freak that makes records. I actually push the odd guy to start up a small plant, because it makes sense to take care of the small men, you know, the ones with the bands and the DJs and the people that are sort of like starting out, if you like, and some of the bands are on minimal wages. I don't know what they get in a pub these days, but it wouldn't be thousands and
Free
thousands,
drinks,
you know.
Well, do you like the sound of a lathe cut record?
Well, the old lathe cut records, when I first started, sounded like a scratchy old gramophone record. They don't now. We're touching on the same as probably vinyl now, but in the early days, of course, the sound was quite, and this was something that I had to actually get through, was the stage of where we've got to take it up a level and then up a level and up a level until you get like this supersonic sound, and you learn all these tricks. Now I'm getting lathe cut records that sound pretty whippy-do.
Yeah.
Some of them are not even like, actually, you can't compare the difference between the CD master and the record. No kidding. But to do that, it's all these little things. It's an expertise thing, and it's how the needles are sharpened, it's how the depth is, it's how the weight is, it's how the angle is, it's a whole lot of things. It's about how you're running your mastering gear, how you're polishing the disc, what chemicals are being used on the disc. All these things are relevant now to a super high quality product, but
Are you still, do you think you're still perfecting it, or do you think you've nailed it?
oh, look, every year or every couple of years something comes up to perfect it a little. I don't know what we could do to make it more powerful, apart from to put 2 laser beams on there, and the 2 little laser beams, which I discussed with the Wire magazine just recently. 2 laser beams coming in left and right, and we all know that sound travels through laser beams, because if you open the guts up on a CD player, the sound goes through a laser beam, you know.
Is there do you have any favourite records that you've cut over the past, however many decades?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yes, I do. I do have a favourite record. It was a triangle record, and he also made round records. It's a German geezer. Oh, I'm just trying to remember his name. This character.
Sasha Müller.
Yeah, right. Cool. So Sasha Müller, some of the stuff that came here that we cut for over there in the nightclubs, absolutely fantastically mastered. I cut them, and you couldn't tell anything different between the CD and the record. But like the music was just pumping, and I just loved it. It was like the latest stuff and the beats and the bits and pieces. Yeah.
Well, how do you feel about like sort of novelty records? Because you've done like triangle ones, and I can see a few different shapes up there. You into that stuff?
Well, I don't make shape records now, but when my eyes were good, I'd make heaps of them for the bands, you know, like to get a novelty thing going, plus the picture discs as well. Probably the most difficult one that I ever made was the one for Texas up there, which is Saw Blade record. And I didn't make too many of them. I think I made about 70 and had enough. But because I like little tiny wee cuts and stuff like around the edges and stuff like that. But a guy overseas, and I think he was in the United States somewhere. Yeah, he was, that's right, in the LA region, and he'd gone and set up a die cutter or something, and he had this Skeleton and Crossbones record, which he sent to me out of the polycarbonate, and he'd die cutted all these records, and he sent them, and I just put the music onto the inside of them. They were see-through, like the same plastic as mine, because America's got a lot of it. But put the music into the disc, yeah.
Just what, with your eyes, what happened? Is it just general wear and tear, or?
No, I just had 7 surgeries on them, and they repaired one of them, which was badly damaged. So after the damage, it takes a long time for them to heal up.
And has that affected you making more records?
Yes, it did affect me a lot. I couldn't make the picture discs anymore, or the shaped records. I spent 2 years completely blind. I couldn't see anything at all. That was the hardest time. And making records was really hard. But I got through it. And then about 2 years after that, I'm on about my 4th or 5th year, but about 2 years later I got faster and faster at it, you know. Could see just enough to get quick with it. And the nurses told me just recently that the next stage is that both eyes will join together instead of going all over the place. And so then I'll get faster again, which would be nice, you know.
Can you see yourself being out here for, I don't know, a couple more decades?
No, I think I might train someone to take over my position, and then it frees me up to heal up properly, you know. I've got a lot of busted bones in me. I'd actually like to have a wee rest for a wee while, for about a year, you know. The position of being out here is good, but not being alone. But I've kept the record thing going for other people. That's why I did it. Not for me. Yeah. I can walk when I want to, you know. And I own land overseas, but I've never gone and done anything. Yeah, and then I can just walk in the door every now and then and fix something and then get on the plane or something. And that'd be nice. But in the meantime, I'll just stay here and keep the records going no matter what. Yeah.